Smoking on the best, I'm kicking sauce that Carolina shit. Niggas only gangster when they tryna beef by the bitch. Cash out like casinos in this bitch, we tryna hit a lick. Hustle to survive, the only way to make it out the sticks. If you ain't playing ball, you
doing a BTR cam on this truck here. He's got extended travel axles. He's got upgraded wheel bearings. He's got speed engineering headers. He's got everything as far as the cam kit goes. So we're gonna be doing a full rebuild, reseal on this damn thing. Want to say it's a stage 2, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on this damn thing. It's gonna be a pretty long down process, long video, so get used to it. We're about to go ahead and dig in. All right, didn't update y'all yesterday because the boys came through and I just started knocking some shit out before I slid out. But get up on this tall ass ladder here. So far on this Gen 5 cam swap, we got down to taking the intake manifold off. I got pretty much everything loose up top. I'm gonna go ahead and get down to taking off the valve covers and getting down to knocking out the headers, taking those off and getting those cleared out of my way. Once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and get down to taking off the front drive stuff. And then once I get all that done, we can go ahead and start taking the heads off and getting those situated. So it's basically like the Gen 3, Gen 4s. The only difference is the fuel system and shit like that. It's not that bad taking a lot of this shit apart. A lot of these fittings and shit like that and plugs and connectors, they're pretty much new. So all you gotta do is just press them and go. It's not like a Gen 3, Gen 4 that's been around for 10, 20 years and all the plugs and shit are all dry rotted and old as fuck and you're having to get all this dirt and grime off. At least with these trucks here, it's a lot newer. A lot of this stuff comes off pretty easy, even though the engineering is just about the same. So, all right, so we got down to getting the rockers off and I got the lifters out, and that's probably how I'm gonna end out the day just because I just ran out of time, but I'm glad I pulled those out. It didn't have any noticeable tick, but one of these push rods is bent like a motherfucker. And this came off the passenger side, so I chewed up the push rod up here, up top, and then a little bit on the bottom. You can kind of see if you can see it a little bit better in the sun, but yeah, fuck that push rod up. I'm not too sure how that's gonna fucking fare out whenever I get down to the lifter, but hopefully that lifter is not stuck. All right, so we are jumping back in. I kind of been spotty with this damn video just because once I get in here, I start kind of flowing and it's hard to kind of get out of this engine bay, pick up the camera and then start trying to film and shit like that. But ended up getting the water pump off, got the alternator bracket off. We didn't have to take the AC compressor all the way off, just slide it to the side. You'll have to take that little stud off. It's like a 5mm, and then it's got like 2 other bolts holding it in. Move that to the side, and then you can get the alternator bracket off. We got everything ready to go as far as the heads go. I'm gonna go ahead and get this vacuum pump belt off of here and go ahead and start with taking these fucking fans out and getting the radiator out. Jump back in here. We'll go ahead and start taking the heads off, get the harmonic balancer off, and then after that, we should be able to go ahead and start taking the vacuum pump bolts out, slide it to the side, get the timing cover off, and then we should be able to take the cam and everything out. So got both the heads off. I got the DOD delete plugs in, and I got everything kind of wiped down and cleaned up a little bit. Still got to get the harmonic balancer off and pull that off. That shit is torqued to infinity. Pulled all the lifters out and they look fine. I didn't see any issues or anything like that. I mean, there's a lot of carbon buildup on the pistons. Cross hatching ain't really terrible at all. It don't look bad. I mean, just typical damn wear and tear from what I'm seeing on it. And I didn't really see any damage or anything like that on the heads or anything. So the lifters and shit are all over here, head bolts, all that crazy good shit. But all right, so I got the cam soaking in lube right now. We got the old cam out. I got the balancer off. I got the lifter soaking. I got the cam phaser and cam gear off. I had to walk the chain off. Yeah, that was fun. So it's gonna be fun putting that bitch back on, but I got the retainer plate off and everything. So we're good to go ahead and throw in the new cam. The old cam didn't have too crazy of any damage or anything that I could see. So everything looked good. I guess the lifter just bent that push rod and it was just in there doing just whatever it wanted, but it didn't cause no damage. So we'll go ahead and slap in this new cam. Then I'll put the cam retainer plate back in, and once I do that, we might go ahead and just put the lifters in and shit like that. I gotta finish getting the block surface cleaned up, so we might wait on that just for a few until I get that situated. So we might end up doing that tomorrow and then slapping the heads on right after that, but we should be able to get this cam pretty much finished up by tomorrow, I would hope, and Then we'll jump down and get to the rear main before we button everything up top. But for now, I'm about to go ahead and get this cam ready, throw it in here, and then we should be good to go. So yeah, we are back in the shop, and now I am working on the cam phaser lockout. So I got that right here. So it's the limiter, the 4-degree limiter. There's pretty basic videos out there on YouTube that you can look at to kind of get the hang of doing this. So I got a little bolt in between, and I'm going ahead and taking out all the bolts. This mark right here is the stop for the spring up here. You go ahead, compress the spring, put those little clips in there like that, and it'll hold the spring in place. You'll crack this one about a half a turn. You'll take this one, and this one out all the way, and then you'll flip the wheel. You might have to take this bolt here out and flip the wheel. It shouldn't come out or anything, shouldn't give you no issues or anything like that. But we're gonna take all these bolts out, flip it over. We're gonna put the cam phaser right here in this slot that opens up right here, and then we'll put it right back, put it back together, and we'll be good to go. So once I go ahead and get everything put back together, we'll go ahead and start trying to get up here and start cleaning up the block surface. I got it pretty much cleaned up last night before I left out, so it's pretty much good to go. I just need to go over it one more time. All right, so I know it's been a little while since I picked up the camera, but got the block surfaced and ready to go. Got the cam in, not sure if I said that already. And we just got to put the oil pump on and all that. Went ahead and got the rear main seal taken all the way off, and we found where the leak was coming from. It was at the bottom of the seal where the crank mates. So as you can see up there, you can see the camshaft that we just put in there. But yeah, that was pretty much what the problem was. It was leaking up at the top, and then the gasket on the upper oil pan was pretty much failing. It was pushing out of everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of clean up this. Probably not gonna do too much, but put the transmission back in and then jump back up front so we can start putting the heads and everything else back on, because I still have to RTV this cover and put the oil pump on, all that other shit. So we're moving, we getting to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the rear main seal, cleaning this up, and we will be good to go. But yeah, on the old cover, you can see exactly where it was leaking at. It is, can't really see it too good in here, but the seal is kind of popped out in there, and you can see where the oil was collecting. So this seal was not all the way flush. You can see where it kind of pops out on certain sides. So looks like this is the OEM cover, and they just replaced the seal itself. And usually you're supposed to really just replace the whole cover so you don't have these leaking issues and shit. So that's what he's doing. So I'm gonna put some RTV, follow the factory specifications for the RTV, and then we'll slap it back on and get right. All right, so we went ahead and got the transmission back up, and the rear main seal is replaced now. So got plenty of RTV and everything on it. So now that we got the transmission put back up, we're just putting the brackets and everything back on it, hand tight. All right, so I know it's been a couple of days since I've picked up the camera, but we ended up getting the heads on, and I'm about to go ahead and get the timer cover put on with the RTV on at the bottom. I ended up going with the gasket for the lower oil pan. It's supposed to sit a lot better than just putting RTV. Then you ain't really got to worry about it. It makes it faster just to reinstall instead of just sitting with the RTV and having to wiggle it up there. But yeah, about to go ahead and get that situated. Just got the oil pump tightened down, just verified top dead center and everything. So go ahead and take this crank bolt out and put this cover on. I just got the rockers torqued down, so they're in there with all the new dual valve springs. These are 660 springs, so sitting good. I just rotated the crank 360 and just made sure that the rockers weren't coming loose or anything like that. 22 foot-pounds for those. Got the fuel rails put in and the injectors pushed down. I got those all tight. Got to get the fuel line shit up here tightened up with these little turn bolts or whatever these are, and we should be good as far as the top end. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the fucking valve covers on, timing cover on, and then I'm gonna try to go ahead and make sure that there's nothing else on the bottom that I need to go ahead and knock out. I want to try to at least put the headers in and shit like that before I start building up in the front, just so that way I got as much space as I can to kind of move everything where I need it to go. But yeah, everything is looking good, so we're just gonna keep on pushing with this shit here and just see how far we can get with it. But everything underneath is pretty much ready to go. I just gotta double check, verify everything. Gotta put the transfer case back in, drive shafts, and after that we should be good to do a first start. So hopefully that'll be tomorrow. That's why I'm trying to kind of grind and knock this shit out. My boy Chaze over there working on the F250 right now. Got a fucking tie rod and a traction bar, I want to say. So we're getting double trouble in. Got the 250 here, this truck here. So we're making it work and we're getting it done. So all right, so went ahead and got everything put back together and torqued down. So got oil in the system and everything. I just put coolant in there. So in the morning, we're gonna get back in here and do a first start. We got the exhaust kind of mocked up a little bit just because Speed Engineering sent 2 left side headers. Pick back up in the morning and we'll finish up, crank it up, we can move on. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on the Tahoe and we're gonna go ahead and put some clears in it, some billets. I'm gonna try to work on taking this valence off. I'm probably gonna have to come back and try to cut that little plastic shit that's on the bottom of it off, but we're gonna go ahead and start with the headlights, the grill. I got a window regulator. I might not get to that right now, but yeah, we got to wrap the emblems on the front and the back. I forgot to wrap, so we'll have to do that another day. So yeah, I guess we will go ahead and see how much we can get done, and whatever else we don't get done, we will get done on Monday. So let's get to it. All right, so went ahead and got the billets put in. Had a chrome overlay on the top of it, so just had to pop that off and put these on. Now with these billets, they kind of don't like to fit all the way in the grill most times, so you can do some modifications, but it's kind of not worth it. You kind of just keep it like this. I mean, it don't really look too crazy until you kind of get to the side. Pops off just a slight bit. It ain't lined up, but kind of got to play with the bolts just a little bit, loosen it up. I don't want it to be too loose and jiggle itself all the way off and fall off. So I'm gonna keep it like that for now. We'll loosen it up as we go if, you know, it starts to pop out or anything like that. But headlights are all the way in, so they look good. And I took the lower valence off. Just took a little fucking pocket knife and sliced all this little extra shit that's under here off. So now I'm gonna go ahead and match these fender liners to the bumper. That way you can't really see it. And I'm gonna throw the bolts in the side just to secure it to the bumper and we'll be good to go. So everything is looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and probably back it in, go ahead and knock out this window regulator on this side. And that'll be pretty much it as far as what I gotta do with it. He's got some fog lights. I'm gonna throw those in there real quick too. And some interior lights, but like I said, we can get all that done pretty quick. I can just throw those in and be good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll back it in, do the window regulator, and we will be finished up as far as what we need to do for this. So let's get back to it. All right, so I got probably about 30 minutes left. I already got the front end finished up. I'll go ahead and walk out and show y'all, but I wanted to show y'all these tail lights. I like these tail lights. A lot of people go with the Caddy tail lights with these models and the newer ones, but honestly, in my opinion, these look the best. All right, so we got it all finished up. Window regulator is in. This is pretty much damn near how it's gonna be and how it's gonna sit. He's got some 37s that he's about to go put on it and have on the way. So all I gotta do now is just wrap the emblem. I got a plate to make for him. I'll wrap the back emblem too, and then we'll be good to go. So not too bad for this one, man. Came out pretty clean and got the window regulator working. Goes up and down perfectly fine. So that's what it needed. The cable was all ripped to fucking pieces, but yeah, man, these tails look good. Ooh, I went ahead and got the NorCal mod knocked out for him. I just been in here working, so you see I painted all behind the fender liner, cut that a little bit so that way it's out the way. He should have plenty turning radius. He should be bringing the headers by tomorrow and the coil sleeves, so that way we can wrap the plug wires. But other than that, we'll have that done tomorrow. I'm gonna have to push it out so that way the tow truck can come pick it up and take it right to the tuner. So yeah, we'll be done with that one and I can finally get it out. I've been working out the back of the shop. I got the spindle job done yesterday, waiting on hubs. They should be here Thursday. Got this truck almost finished up. I got to take the pinstripe off and the emblems, and then that'll pretty much be where we leave it for this one. So got the clears like y'all seen and all that. I wrapped the bow tie and all that shit. I got his plate made and all that shit. So we all good to go as far as this one goes. Once I get this pinstripe and emblems off. So yeah, she gonna be looking good once you get some tires. But yeah, I've been going crazy the last couple weeks and it's been fucking busy. And a lot of these jobs like this one take a lot longer than, you know, people would normally expect because I'm in here by myself. So it's kind of why I don't respond a lot of times, or I don't comment back, or just shit like that, because I got multiple vehicles I'm working on and it's just me in here most of the time by myself. So yeah, that's just how it goes. But I guess we'll get back up in here in the morning, and I'm not too sure if I'm gonna do this in 2 parts of a video or just do one big ass video. But once we get back in tomorrow, we'll go ahead and get the pinstripes and the emblems and shit ripped off of that. We'll get the headers put on that, and then we'll push it outside. We'll get it ready to go ahead and get transported. Then I can get the shop open back up again. I can clean up everything and start getting everybody else back in and rolling. So yeah, I guess we'll pick back up tomorrow. All right, so it is 10:30 at fucking night, and we finally got the headers in today around 5. So went ahead and got pretty much everything ready to go. I got one Speed Engineering header on this side just because they have the revision for this little shit here. This bolt's still kind of showing, so I might have to flip that bolt around, not too sure. But it's barely got just enough space on here, so like I said, I'm gonna have to turn it and just kind of make sure everything is good to go as far as this goes. But other than that, we looking good. Like I said, I had to do one Speed Engineering header on here, and then you got a replacement set, which I'm pretty sure were from Amazon because most of them come chrome like this. But got up under here, went ahead and got the Y pipe on all the way through. Got his O2s ran, had to use an extension on this side. But yeah, they're good to go. So can't really tell the difference. You can see the Speed Engineering, then you can see the Amazon ones right here, but not really too much of a difference. Once they start heating up, they're going to turn the same color damn near anyway. So he's supposed to be coming and picking it up in the morning, putting it on tow truck, driving it all the way up to Durham to go get it tuned, and should be good to go. So may try to go ahead and push this damn thing out the shop. I'm not too sure if I can do this shit by myself. I might have to just wait until the morning whenever they come with the tow truck and try to just do that, because haven't even started this damn thing to see how it sounds with the long tubes. I'm in here grinding just so that way he can make his tune appointment tomorrow. Glad to have it done, glad to have it finished up. Not too sure if I told y'all the whole spiel, but we got extended travel CVs, we got hubs, upgraded hubs, we got a rear main seal in the back, BTR stage 2. Guess we'll see what it does tomorrow. I'll have some clips and shit like that on my Instagram, or if he sends me a chopping video tomorrow, I'll get that put up here in the video so that way I can see it and see the final product. But I'm about to go ahead and get the fuck up out of here for the night. I am done for the night. I am just, yeah, this truck has taken a whole shit ton out of me, so let's go and get out of here.